Hi everyone, welcome to Python tutorial for beginners. Python is a trending high-level language used for programming purposes. The language is an object-oriented and interpreted variant with dynamic semantics, which makes it simple and easy to adopt. Moreover, the language promotes readability, hence it reduces the overall cost for program maintenance. And this is the key reason why it is being developed and being used by the wider audience in today's modern programming languages that we have in the market. So without any delay, we'll talk about the agenda that we have for this tutorial and we'll take it from there. So the agenda for this tutorial is talking about the history of Python, who and where did this exactly originated, and then comes to what is the reason that we are going with Python as a language. We do also have a number of languages out there in the market, but why Python? So characteristics of Python, and also one such program that we usually do when we just learn any such basic languages, and that is Hello World program. So I'll help you with a small open source tool that we generally use in terms of compiling and executing in the real time. And I also let you know about what the tool that we generally use and the applications of Python. And the main important aspect of this particular tutorial is to talk about the installation process, right? So we already know that what is the importance that we give for Python and how is that we going to develop a web application using different type of languages. But how is it get started is the paramount importance that we should give for any language. So this is something that we are trying to talk in this video, that is the installation Python, where you'll get a key hands-on on how to get Python from the libraries and also install in your local machines. Let's say even if you have Mac or Windows, I'll help you try install that particular library in your local machine, and that will help us see if we can write a simple program with the help of Python language. So the next coming is the setting up the path, which is the most important step in terms of installation is considered. So after that, we do also have couple of environment variables where Python is especially designed in. So we'll get to know about four such commands that we usually see in terms of Python as a language. And lastly, in terms of running and operational steps, we will go through that in detail. So this is how the topics are constructed for this particular tutorial. I hope this would be pretty much flexible for you all guys to know what is Python and how is it taking you to create a web application. So I've seen many other videos online where I could see that none of these videos, which I think that doesn't have the importance, is to know about what is Python and how is it being available in the wider market. So without any delay, we'll talk about the history of Python first, and then coming up touching up the below points. So the first one that I would like to talk about is the history. And before that, I would like to let you guys all know that I'm Aditya and you can find me at Udemy. So you can just get into Udemy and then just type Venkata Aditya in the search bar, and you get all the resources or all the courses that I've designed in my channel. And you can go ahead and also see one of my videos, which is React. So there are a couple of videos which are related to React where I've been telling people to just know about what is React, and I've also telling every such feature in detail when it comes to comes to the React.js library. So after this program or after this course, I would really recommend you guys go ahead and watch out all the courses that I have in my Udemy course list, and that will help you understand and also create much of the web application with ease. So we'll get into the first topic of this particular tutorial, which is history of Python. So the first topic for today's tutorial is history of Python. Let's start with the first set of slides now. So Python was developed by a person called Guido van Rossum in the late 80s or probably in the early 90s at the National Research Institute for Mathematics and Computer Science. So it is derived from many other languages, including C, C++, which we usually see in any kind of programming languages that we deal in the company. And Python is obviously copyrighted, like Perl. Python source code is now available under the GNU General Public License. So to tell you more context about what is the history of Python, Python is now maintained by a core development team at the institute. Although Judo Van still holds a vital role in directing its progress, it's being developed by the main team right out there. So Python is derived from many other languages. If we might have heard about Algol 68, which are the languages that we used to have in the early 90s or early 2000s. So this is how the history of Python is especially derived from. But in talking about more the history of Python is it's a trending high level language used for programming purposes, and it's been the language which was initially released in 1990, and it has been 30 years to its popularity. So the core philosophy of the Python language is because it's beautiful. It's better than ugly, because you have all the libraries which we need for it to develop a web application is provided by Python. So it's explicit is better than implicit, and simple is better than complex. It is because you have all these features and core implications. So Python has surely enjoyed its fair share of fame and loved by the developers and its ultimate users. Now that we know the basics, let's get into the reasons that make Python development a trend for the year 2020, and what changes are to be brought about in years to come. So the next point that we are talking about in this Python is why to learn Python, right? For every programming language we have in this current modern day world, as there is one question right up there in the mind, is because why and what is the purpose of me going or probably enrolling into this Python language, right? So Python is, as I said, it's a high-level interpreted language. It uses English keywords frequently, whereas other languages use punctuations, and it has fewer syntactical constructions than other languages. Python is a must, guys, for students and working professionals to become a great software engineer, especially when they are working in web development domain. I will list down some of the key advantages of learning Python. In that area, I'll talk about the first point, which is Python is interpreted. Python is processed at runtime by the interpreter. You do not need to compile your program before executing it. This is similar to Perl and PHP. And the next one is Python is interactive. You can actually sit at a Python prompt and interact with the interpreter directly to write your programs. So this is how it is user friendly, and also it is very communicative in terms of a language. And the next one is Python is object oriented. So Python supports object oriented style or technique of programming that encapsulates code within objects. And the last one is it's a beginner's language. Python is a great language for the beginner level programmers and supports the development of a wide range of applications from simple text processing to browsers to games. So this is the reason why people opt for Python, because it is very handy, it is very interactive. The moment you try to analyze what the requirements are, it is very easy for you to develop an application and implement that in any kind of servers that we currently have. So this is the reason why we go with Python, and I hope this is the question, or this is the answer that for the question, which is why to run Python. Now we'll talk something related to the characteristics or probably the features of Python. So generally for any programming languages, we do have different types of features that it is supported in any of your local machines. At some point in time, we had about so many programming languages as we could count on our fingers. Today, there are so many and all with their own specialities. But what makes a language unique is its features. And ultimately, it is its features that get it chosen or passed for a project. So before beginning with deeper concepts of Python, let's first take a look at the basic or the features that justifies the reasons behind what makes Python so powerful and as compared to any other programming languages. So let's start with the characteristics of Python language. The first one is it supports functional and structured programming methods as well as object oriented programming. The reason that I say is because a programming language that can model the real world is said to be object oriented. It focuses on objects and combines data and functions. Contrarily, a procedure oriented language revolves around functions, which are code that can be reused. Python supports both procedure-oriented and object-oriented programming, which is one of the key Python features. It also supports multiple inheritance, unlike Java. A class is a blueprint for such object. It is an abstract data type and holds no voice. So it can be used as a scripting language or can be compiled to bytecode for building large applications. It is because whenever you have any such programming languages, or probably if you are familiar with any languages like C++ or Java, you must first compile it and then run it. But in Python, there is no need to compile it. Internally, its source code is converted into an immediate form called bytecode. So all you need to do is to run your Python code without worrying about linking libraries and a few other things. But by interpreted, we mean the source code is executed line by line and not all at once. Because of this, it is easier to debug your code. Also, interpreting makes it just slightly slower than Java, but that does not matter compared to the benefits it has to offer. If you have any doubt in all these programming languages, please do check the remaining slides and that will help you understand better in terms of Python as a language. So the last one is the integrated version, or I can say that if you have a GUI programming or if you are, probably trying to connect with C or C++, and that will help you understand how is it being extensible. If needed, you can write some of your Python code in other languages like C++. This makes Python an extensible language, meaning that it can be extended to other languages. And I can also talk about the embeddable because we just saw that we can put code in other languages in our Python source code. However, it is also possible to put your Python code in a source code in different language like C++. This allows us to integrate scripting capabilities into a program of the other language.